Hello, my friend. Today, let's learn English through one of the most inspiring stories in the world of fashion. The real story of Coco Chanel. It's not just about clothes, luxury, or fame. It's a story about courage, transformation, and a woman who changed the way the world sees beauty. Her name was Gabrielle Bonheur Chanel, but the world knows her as Coco Chanel. She was born in 1,883 inches, a poor family in France. When Coco was only 12 years old, her mother died and her father left her in an orphanage. Can you imagine that? A little girl, alone, abandoned, and heartbroken. But that was where everything began. In the orphanage, the nuns taught her how to sew. With a needle, some fabric, and a dream in her heart, Coco began to create small pieces of clothing. Sewing became her escape, her way to forget sadness and to build a new life from nothing. Years later, Coco worked as a singer in a small cafe. People started calling her Coco, a nickname from one of the songs she used to sing. But deep inside, she knew she wasn't born to stay there forever. She dreamed of something greater, a life she could design herself. One day, she met a rich man named Etienne Balsan, who introduced her to Parisian high society. But Coco was different from the other women she met there. While others were covered in heavy dresses, tight corsets, and shiny jewels, Coco preferred simplicity, clean lines, comfort, and elegance. She wanted women to move freely, to feel confident, and to be themselves. In 1910, with very little money but a lot of determination, Coco opened her first shop in Paris. She started with hats, simple, stylish, and completely new. Women loved them. Then she began making clothes that were light, comfortable, and modern. The world started to notice her. But Coco's journey wasn't easy. When World War I broke out, she lost everything and had to close her shop. Many people would have given up, but not Coco. She used the hard times to think, to reinvent, and to come back stronger. After the war, she launched her iconic perfume, Chanel No. 5, which became a legend. Coco once said, "I decided who I wanted to be, and that is who I am." Those words tell us everything about her. She didn't let her past define her. She used it as fire to create something timeless. In the 1,920 seconds, Coco Chanel changed fashion forever. She introduced trousers for women, black dresses for elegance, and a style that said, "You don't need to show everything to be beautiful." She believed that true beauty comes from confidence, simplicity, and attitude. But success didn't mean happiness. Behind the glamorous life, Coco faced loneliness and heartbreak. The love of her life, Boy Capel, died in a tragic accident. She said later that losing him was the hardest thing she ever faced. Yet, even in pain, she kept moving forward. Coco once said, "Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door." In other words, if something doesn't work, don't cry over it. Move on. Create your own door. That's exactly what she did again and again. After World War II, fashion changed again, and many thought Chanel was finished. But at the age of 71, she made an unbelievable comeback. She reopened her fashion house, released new designs, and once again became the queen of style. Her name became eternal. Today, the Double C logo is recognized everywhere. But few people know that it was built by a woman who started with nothing, no family, no money, no fancy education, only talent, courage, and a will that never broke. Coco Chanel's story teaches us something powerful. You can rise from any situation if you believe in yourself. You can design your own life even when the world gives you nothing. You don't have to be born rich or lucky, you just have to be brave enough to begin. So whenever you feel lost, remember Coco's journey. The little orphan girl who became a fashion icon didn't wait for magic. She created it with her own hands. She once said, "Beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself." And maybe, my friend, that's the greatest lesson we can learn from her. Thank you for listening, my friend. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and stay with us for more inspirational English stories every day.